Hello people, welcome to mann-rays Tech Vlogs and more. Today I'm doing a quick video showing both my cameras. The Sony over here and the Canon over here. The Sony is an a6300 from 1,000 years ago. I'm trying to look at the lens and not the screen above. The a6300 does not have a flippy screen. It has a flip up screen, but not flip to the side or top screen. So I've got a screen attached to it. I will show you. Here it is. And the Canon does. So I can look at the lens properly and know that I'm looking properly at the camera, and not above it or beside it. I'm using both the built-in sound for both of them. The Canon's are R8 full frame lens. The Sony's a6300 crop. The Canon's, it's not a lens, it's a camera. It's an R8 full frame lens, mirrorless camera. The Sony's a crop mirrorless camera, not a crop lens. That makes no sense. Both at 4K, 25 frames, both of them. One is at 10-bit 422. One is at 8-bit 420. So that's how they both look. How are the colors? The Canon is using a 24 to 105 millimeter 4.5 Yeah, it's a 4.5 to 7.1 veritable aperture lens. Now the Sony is using a 24 to 2.4. But to do with equivalency, this is the best I can do. They're both at 1/90 of a second. Both at 400 ISO. One's at 4.5 for the f-stops and one's at 2.4. One's at 35mm, one's at 24. So that's as close as I could get them to do with equivalency, to do with cropped versus full frame. Both using the built-in microphones, if I didn't mention that already. And this is how it looks. Let's do some color, bring some other colors into it, and see how the autofocus is on both of these cameras. Alright, so first how is the whites? It should be quite bright white, this one. How's the blue? How close can I get before it doesn't want to focus? Pretty close. Now let's go to the Sony. That's meant to be the better one to do with autofocus. How's it doing? I've noticed on the Tamron, because that's what I'm using for the Sony, for this one. It makes a lot of noise, the motor inside. Hopefully you can't hear it. And the Canon, no noise at all. Beautiful RF lens. Yeah. Depth of field, you won't see a lot right now. Hopefully the background is a bit blurred out. And yeah. So this is just a quick test showing both these cameras. Side frame, this frame. Don't hit the cameras. Up close and personal on the Sony. How for the Canon. Not sure how I'm gonna do these right now. I don't know if it's side by side or interchange them and stuff. But yeah, this is how it looks. One is worth £1,800 just for the body, and one is worth £250 used on eBay. One is from 2 years ago, and one is from 6 or 7 years ago. One's a crop sensor, one's not. How do they look? Bit rates are different. Color codes are different. One's a bigger sensor, one's a smaller sensor. Different companies. The Sony's in Cine 4, I think. And the Canon is in log 2. So yeah, how's that look, people? Alright, let's get into the computer and see if this looks any good. I've got 3 lights on. I've got one, this one up 2 on my Sunday. A6300 on my Canon R8. studio light, adjustable studio light. Got a power bank charging this Sony because the battery is dying, and powering this at the same time while being plugged into my 100 watt plug. Done one recording already, waiting for it to charge up a bit because it just died on me. I shall be back soon. Over there, over there, and then one in front of me. Alright, hopefully it looks nice, hopefully it looks good. Can both of them. Ooh, track me. Can it track me? I think the Canon lost me. What's the Sony doing? What's the Sony doing? Ooh, I don't know. I can't tell. Wait till I get on the computer, I guess. Alright, this has been man-rays tech vlogs and more. Share, like, and subscribe. Hopefully, yeah. Is it worth the money? Is it worth getting the more expensive camera when the £250 used one from 1,000 years ago can do the job? The Sony though doesn't have built-in stabilization or digital stabilization, so that's the one drawback for it. And then the bitrate is 8-bit, like I said. So no point using the log modes on the Sony because you can't really do much. There's not a high HDR, you know. The dynamic range is not so high on the Sony. Now on the Canon, I can recover a lot and fix a lot in post because of if I mess it up, it would be okay. So look, here's me on the Canon. Here's me on the Sony. Alright, peace people. Share, like, and subscribe. Laters.
The cabal, corrupt individuals full of hatred, baby blood drinking Satanists. Hollywood, in on the tactics. Fact is, everything you know is backwards. With a secret society silently lying, like a last breath they're dying. Underground in tunnels 30 miles deep, afraid to see the surface, hoping you're asleep. Are you a sheep in a mask, afraid to ask if you're allowed to pass? What'll happen if you allow this to last? First it was the virus, then the fake election. Media projecting, who are they protecting? The deep state, trying to suffocate as long as you suffer. Delay to resuscitate, humanity's hated, traded as fading slaves. Babies, these demons want you X-rated. Your blood is sacred, torture extracts your sentience. Demonic counterfeit malevolence. Our children snatched up, kidnapped at random, unkept underground in handcuffs. Disney movies showing you what they do to kids. Subliminals, hidden in plain sight by criminals. Monsters Inc. Watch it then stop and think. The children's moans, they symbolize adrenochrome. The sheep in a COVID comatose never question the reality they know the most. Mask agenda, media pretender. They push this prejudice, return to sender. The sheep in a COVID comatose never question the reality they know the most. Mask agenda, media pretender. They push the prejudice, return to sender. 99.9% survival rate. Ignore the evidence. Shut the city down. The sheep falling further under hypnosis. Hospitals being paid for COVID diagnosis. Situation hopeless. Check the referendum. Freedom was intended. Why are we pretending? COVID tests yield 80% false positives. Only asleep could we fall for it. What was the deeper purpose? Why did they want to keep everybody out of churches? Forced to Amazon to make a purchase. Small businesses considered worthless on purpose. Designed to make you nervous. Some of us were dumb enough to hum along scattering. Better keep the sheep from gathering. Make them wear a muzzle, enforce a social distance, used to supervision, try to hide the prison. This is what they had envisioned, a world in a lockdown. Hardly any people risen, seeking entertainment. Too many people listen to fake news articles, inhaling chemtrail particles. The sheep in a COVID comatose reject the dose. Getting injected will infect the host. Never question the reality they know the most. Into a ghost after trying to cure the common cold. Mask agenda, media pretender. They push this prejudice, return to sender. Block the media, stop flocking like sheep, they're mocking you. But so far away from stopping you. The power is within us, we can make this better. Forget divide and conquer, weather the storm together. Go within your mind to find the truth, they hide the proof. Nothing can exist outside of you. Girl, why you so fine? I wanna pick you up in my car. We can go for a ride. Let you hold one of my hands. Let's make babies. 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 Girl, I think you're sweet. How about you take me to meet your father? I will gain his approval, then I'll help to grow his business. Let's make babies. 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 Girl, you're in my mind. I see you there all the time. What would I do without you? I hope your parents feel the same about me.